Hey guys, this is Mr. Davidian, and welcome to a tutorial on what we covered week 2 for 10th grade English at Tahquitz High School. Now, the first thing we did on Monday after going to the library is we wrote down our essential question: how do writers use figurative language in their writing? And so we had to write down 23 different terms and definitions. You can just summarize these definitions, maybe abbreviate some of these words. I think we crossed out number 20, just so you know, because we already wrote it elsewhere. So it's 22 definitions. So write these down in your notebook on a new page, starting off with 1 through 5, 6 through 17 here. For irony, only write down situational irony. That will help you guys out. Only just write this one. You don't have to write those two. Also, after 17, we're going to skip number 20 because you already wrote down these 3 terms. Once you guys write down these, it'll take you 2 days to write down the figurative language terms and definitions. And then we'll begin reading the Pedestrian. Now, when you guys, well, we read the Leap, but we'll skip that. Page 46 and 47 all the way through 51, I believe, or 53, we read the Pedestrian. Now, your job is to answer these questions in a picture. Let me give you the next set of questions. Please answer these questions in a picture, okay? Now, it's going to look something like this. You're going to draw as you read. It's a cool little learning strategy. And obviously, we wrote down some quotes, and we wrote down the different figurative language that we saw in the story. Help us learn figurative language as well, and work on our drawing skills. So after drawing the picture, we're going to paste this into our notebook as well. Then on Thursday, students came in, and this is where we're going to begin our video, beginning with our effects verbs, our introduction paragraph, and paragraph number 2. So good luck, and I hope you enjoy the video. Take care. Okay, class.
Yes.
Hey, today we're going to use, everyone say effects verbs.
Effects verbs.
To explain our reading.
Explain our reading.
In our writing.
In our writing.
No fighting.
No fighting.
Sorry, I couldn't rhyme with anything else. Okay. Yesterday you guys read The Pedestrian. You guys drew
Pictures.
You guys drew pictures instead of taking notes. In the pictures you put some quotes. You guys didn't have to draw, I was going to put draw boats. I was just going to keep rhyming, but I couldn't think of anything else to rhyme. All right, we got to start this over. All right, we're going to start over. Okay. Class.
Yes.
All right, today we're going to learn effects verbs. Everyone say effects verbs.
Effects verbs.
Have you guys ever had a time where you had to quote something and then explain it?
Yes. No.
Most people are good at the quoting. Like yesterday in The Pedestrian, you guys drew pictures and then quotes, right?
Yeah.
Let's say when Mr. Lee was walking down the street, the breath was coming out of his mouth like he was smoking. I mean, he was talking, he was choking, he was blazing, he was breathing the smoke of a cigar, right?
Yeah.
What was that called? His breath, his frosty breath was like the smoke of a cigar. Like is a simile. Good job. So, you quoted it. Why? Can you please give me one of these words? Why was Meade's breath described as smoke from a cigar? Because it, everyone say, illustrates.
Illustrates.
Depicts.
Depicts.
Portrays.
Portrays.
Reveals.
Reveals.
Shows.
Shows.
That he was very
Cold.
Good job, Joshua. It shows that he was very cold. So now you took a quote and you explained it with these effects verbs. Now I call them effects verbs. Other people call them analysis, power, explanation words. Whatever you want to call them is what I call it. Let me tell you a little story. When I was in high school, I had a teacher who got on the class and he said, "Class, you guys are quoting, oh, you identified that the author said this cool thing and used this cool image, but you're not explaining why. What's wrong with you?" He's like, "Look, let me give you some words. Why don't you guys say the author says this, the sun is as bright, my girl is as sweet as the moon," because he's trying to reveal. Or my girl is as hot as a summer's day because he's trying to show. So my English teacher told me he taught me 2 words. Or at least it's only 2 words I remember. Sorry about that, Mr. Patricia. To reveal or to show. To help your explanation. I only knew 2 words, so I went to college only knowing 2 words. So now you guys know 20, 10, 20, 30, 100. So you guys know plenty. So over the years, in college and after when I became a teacher, I had to start learning how to learn. I had to learn how to teach. And so I needed a lot more vocabulary, so I started keeping a list. Well, then after a while, the list got too long, so I had to start making little categories. So here we go. We got, everyone say, to say.
To say.
Number 1 is to say, which means that the author is just trying to say something. Very easy, very sweet. He's trying to state it, express it, detail it, describe it. Number 2, maybe the author is trying to say it. Let's try it again. Number 2, he's trying to argue or advocate, allege, claim, assert, contend, challenge, question, propound. Everyone say propound.
Propound.
Just mean proposes or argues. It's all good. Let's go to number 3. When the author uses figurative language, please write down figurative language next to show. Now this is when it gets kind of tricky, because now he's trying to illustrate. Everyone say illustrate.
Illustrate.
Show.
Show.
Say it with me. Convey.
Convey.
Depict.
Depict.
Compare and contrast.
Compare and contrast.
My favorite, illustrate.
Illustrate.
When he's walking down the lonely streets, it says he was alone. To, say it, illustrate that he felt alone. He wasn't really alone. He just felt that way. So, to portray, dang, you guys want to sound like a college student? Throw that word in there. He's trying to portray the cards as if they, I don't know, you're just making stuff up now. Let's go to number 4. Maybe he's trying to hint or imply. Everyone say imply.
Imply.
Indicate.
Indicate.
Insinuate.
Insinuate.
So you can use the word hint or insinuate. Impress your parents. Tell them insinuate. Or no, you say this to your teacher or something. You know, they'll like that. Everyone say subtle.
Subtle.
So that's to hint. We have number 5, to emphasize.
To emphasize.
Let's see if you guys can use some math in English class. How many times yesterday the houses being compared to tombs? How many times? How many? Just say it.
3.
3 times. It was the houses were compared to tombs. So the author calls the houses tombs to reiterate, reinforce, highlight, strengthen, exaggerate the fact that these people were. Who said it? Who said it? Stephen. Good job. To highlight these people were dead, or that they were always inside doing what?
Watching TV.
Being zombies, watch TV. As if they were in a tomb, or a grave, or a cemetery, or a graveyard. So we have, if you repeat it, it must be important. That's why you're trying to emphasize it, if it's repeated. And we go to number 6, which is to make fun of, ridicule, or everyone say satirize.
Satirize.
Make fun of. Maybe like, a president. And number 7, everyone say to make us think. Sometimes authors just want to make you think, want to motivate you, inspire you, whatever it is. So those are the 7 categories. So hopefully that will help you know more than just 2 that I learned in high school. Okay, here we go. Are we good? Are we ready to move? Are we ready to groove?
No.
I don't know why I'm rhyming so much today. I'm on the move. That's all. I can't think of anything else that rhymes with groove. So sorry. All right, here we go. We got to keep going. If you're missing any, then you'll have to catch up. Here we go. In the story, what parts of the Bradbury story did you guys like the best? Besides drawing pictures, what do you guys like about the Bradbury story, The Pedestrian? Yes. Look.
It was against non-technology.
It was against not abusing technology, right? Sounds good. What else? Joshua.
I like this idea of the modern world.
So we have the message of the modern world, not abusing technology. Good. Who liked all the images of graveyards and tombs? Graveyards, tombs, phantoms, dead people in the houses, dark houses, bright houses. Who liked the images? Who liked the similes of His smoke was like the smoke of a cigar. Who liked that one? His lungs blazed like a Christmas tree. Cool, couple people. So, if you guys summarize the story, you can summarize it sort of into three parts. The images, the similes, and the futuristic themes. Now, 994 times, I'm going to say the same phrase every day, every other day. What is the most important thing in writing?
Remember what you read.
Organize your writing is correct. So, we're going to write about Bradbury's imagery in paragraph. Let's say this one more time. If this is paragraph 1, I'm going to talk about his imagery in paragraph 2. Ooh, Isaiah, how's it going? If I talk about imagery in paragraph 2, what am I going to talk about in paragraph 3? Similes, clever similes. And paragraph 4, the last paragraph. Good job. Good job. Give yourself one click, or give yourself a one snap. If you do two hands, it's two. Oh, I did. Here we go. I need someone to read the intro for us, please. Please don't copy this down yet. Please read the intro. Who would like to read the intro? Britsia, go ahead.
In our world today, many things are addictive, like drugs, cell phones, and Netflix. In his science...
Wait, stop there. So just the intro. Now I'm going to make this intro better. You're going to copy the second one down. See where I put the list, drugs, cell phones, Netflix second? Watch this. I'm going to say it first. Drugs, cell phones, Netflix. In our world today, everything is addictive. A little more dramatic. So copy this down. Make sure you skip a space to indent. Copy down drugs, cell phones, Netflix. Dash. In our world today, everything is addictive. Please write this down. Pick a new page. Do not write on the same page as your effects verbs. Unless you have room. If you have a lot of room, Josh, just do it. But if you guys are, because most of you guys did all this on one page, right? So then your next page could be this. Okay. Britsia, can you continue reading?
In his science fiction short story, The Pedestrian, author Ray Bradbury
describes a crazy world. Keep going.
Bradbury uses three main literary elements in his work: descriptive imagery, clever similes, and futuristic themes. In my perspective, Bradbury's depictions of the future makes me think.
Good. So, if you guys want to write less, we can take out science fiction. I'm just trying to get you guys to write less if you don't want to write everything down. But, yeah. Okay, thank you, Britsia. Now, you guys have seen a pattern so far. In your autobiography, you guys did the same thing. You guys said in your autobiography, let's see who has a good memory. There are three themes that summarize my crazy life. My background, personality, future goals. Cool. You guys have the same sort of pattern here. We said he uses three literary elements, and then what is it? What's this called? What's this called right here? Everyone say a colon.
A colon.
What follows a colon?
A list.
A list. Thank you. So we have our list. 1, 2, 3. Now, let's see if you guys can do some math. I know I'm supposed to put 3 things in this list. How? How do I know only 3 things go in this list? How do you know how many things go in the list? Steven?
Because there's 3 empty matches.
Because there's what?
Empty spots.
Because there was 3 circles like this? There's another clue. There's another clue. Besides the commas. Josh?
Color?
No?
In the first sentence, it's 3 things.
Yes, you see the number 3 right here? So if you tell me, hey, there's 3 things I want to talk about, how many things are going to be in your list?
3.
1, 2, 3. If I put 4 right here, there's 4 things I love to eat. Pizza, ice cream, cereal, and chimichangas. If you say a number right here, that's the number that goes here. 1, 2, 3. What if I say this? There's many things I love to do for fun. Colon. How many things are in my list? You guys aren't catching it. If I say I love to do a lot of things or many things, how many things are in the list? You put as many as you want. If it's many, you put many. If it's 3, you put 3. If it's 2, you put 2. Okay. Quick summary. Bradbury describes a what kind of world? What kind of world is Bradbury describing? Ray Bradbury. Let's summarize his whole story in 2 words. What? Technology-filled world. He describes a technology-filled world. Sounds good. He describes a technology-filled world, like Samantha said. Or you could say, he describes a world with zombie, like, I was going to say something like zombie technology zombies. Zombies addicted to technology, whatever you want to put. Short, sweet, really short. A tech-filled world.
Techno-zombies.
What did you say?
Techno-zombies.
Techno-zombies. Sounds good to me. I like it. Techno-zombies. He describes the techno-zombie world. Something like that. Okay. And then we have our 3 different things. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Last but not least, you read the story because it makes you think of something. How many of you guys like the story? What do you guys like about the story? This guy goes outside when everyone else doesn't. What do you like about that? He's unique. He wants to be unique. What does that even mean? The word unique can also mean...
He's like a leader and not a follower.
Ooh, dang! Write that down. In my perspective, Bradbury's depiction of the future makes me think that... Well, we can save that for the end. It makes me think in the future people are going to be addicted, and I don't want to be a follower. I want to have that freedom to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? So whatever you think, this is your perspective. You can write what you want to write. Okay. You guys are doing great. Now you guys are going to help me write this essay. But the most important thing in writing is, you guys didn't have the punchline. The punchline, here we go. Okay guys, you guys are going to help me write. Because the most important thing in writing is organize your writing. Cool. You do not have to write this down. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Who's happy? Who's happy for that? Who would like to write this down or take a selfie with me? Just take a, never mind. You guys have a good memory. Now normally we would plan it out like this, but today you could just put three circles. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go to paragraph 2. The images that you guys enjoyed about the story, obviously, was the cold, the cop voices, the phantoms, the uplifted grass and sidewalk, the brightly lit house at the end. The similes that you guys liked. I should help you guys on this one. Give me a simile you liked from your picture that you liked. Give me a simile.
His breakfast
Smoke of a cigar.
Yeah.
Good. It says he was walking through the town like it was a graveyard. Ghost town, graveyard, same thing. His lungs blazed, and yeah, those are the 3 best ones. Those are the 3 good ones. Last but not least, you like this story because, like Stephen said, he was unique. He was a leader, like Joshua said, not a follower. And also the message was, don't waste your time on technology. It also talks about the future. What are your kids going to have to go through? You know what I mean? So, I'm just trying to make sure you guys are ready. You ready?
No.
Just put in my perspective and then we'll keep going. You guys guys are going to help me write paragraph 2. Wait a second. What's supposed to be in, what is paragraph 2 going to, what information is in paragraph 2? Which one of these?
The first one.
First one. Cool. So our sentences are going to talk about some of this stuff. Okay. Topic sentence. In the beginning of the story, Bradbury creates a dark setting with suspenseful imagery. I told my reader I was going to talk about imagery, similes, and the future themes, right? So, there's my topic sentence. Imagery is the first one. For example, in the story, which image was the first one that made you realize, dang, this world's crazy? Which image stood out the most to you?
No one, everyone outside.
No one is outside. Good.
There's only one cop car.
One cop car came later, but that was important too. What he's walking down, and it says it was like walking in a graveyard, and the houses were like tombs. So the first one we'll write down, just because it's a good one. For example, he describes the pedestrian, Leonard Mead, walking by tomb-like houses. Please write that down.
You write all that down?
Yes. You don't have to write down the top, though. You know where it says what effects? You don't have to write that down. Tomb-like houses. Now, 10 minutes ago, you guys just got done writing down effects verbs to help you explain. So, pick one of those words. Help me explain in the next sentence, why does Bradbury describe these houses as tombs? Why does Bradbury describe these tomb-like houses 3 times? Give me a word. To describe, to illustrate, to reveal, to show, to paint a picture that these people are zombies, that these people are dead, mindless. You guys are good writers. These images show. What you said show, you said reveal. Who was back there? You said, who said paint a picture? Paint a picture, what'd you say? We gotta pick something next time. Yeah, I put suggest. To suggest that these people are dead. Figuratively. They're not really dead. It's just figuratively. Now, you don't have to write the grade. Unless you want an A. If you want an A minus, you can just write the Y. So, I'm not going to check it. Like, I'm not going to go and say, did you write those 5 words? Like, no. I'm just, if you want to write less, you can write less. If you want to become a better writer, then you can write the grade. These ghost-like images suggest that the people are figuratively dead because they are addicted to TV. Or you can write, these ghost-like images suggest that the people are addicted to TV. You can pick one. Who's picking a longer one? Anyone? Who's picking a longer one? For a fruit. For
Me.
just Marissa. Good job, Marissa. Which one? This one? It says figuratively dead, but you don't have to write the gray. You can just write the white if you want. Figuratively dead. Okay. Besides the graves, besides the tombs, what was some other imagery? Because remember, we're talking about imagery. Can't lie to our reader. What other imagery was in the beginning of the story? Besides it being cold. He was walking and
The pathway with that grass.
Cameron, everybody, give him a little clap, give him a little clap. The pathway had grass. You forgot one detail though. You missed one detail. The pathway was also Chloe. After Cameron said the grass on the sidewalk, because it shows that no one goes outside, the uplifted sidewalk that was all cracked also shows that no one goes outside and cares about the sidewalk either. So that's the next sentence. Also, Bradbury details how he walks on uplifted sidewalks overgrown with grass and flowers, showing, here's our effects verb, how no one goes outside anymore. Okay. While you guys are writing, I'm going to keep teaching. The first concrete detail, we explained it after in the second sentence. We said, here's a detail, tomb-like houses, period. Then the explanation, period. How many sentences was that?
2.
2. The second detail, we talk about the sidewalk and the grass and flowers, showing how no one goes outside, period. How many sentences? 1. So in this sentence, we have the concrete detail, or the example from the story, which is the grass and flowers and the sidewalk, and, listen, everyone say and the explanation in the, everyone say same sentence.
Same sentence.
Who likes writing 2 sentences, and who likes writing 1?
1.
Oh, you guys like 1?
Yeah.
Cool, then you need to learn this trick. You can put your explanation in the same sentence as your example or concrete detail. Ritzy, I want you to remember this. Instead of writing 2 sentences, you can put your explanation in the same sentence. Who's ever had those teachers where they say, when you write essays, you need to do concrete detail, commentary. Who's had that teacher? 1. Who's had the teacher that said, oh, you have to give an example and then explain? Who's had that teacher? Who's had both teachers? Cool. Here's Davidian. Why don't you put your concrete detail and your explanation in the same sentence? So instead of 3 sentences, you write 1. Every once in a while. This is a trick. So who would rather do it like this? 3 sentences to do all their explanations. Who likes 1 sentence? Who likes 3? Who likes 1? Okay, let me teach you guys another trick. How many quotes are in the second one? How many quotes? Count them, please. There's 2 quotes. And we put grass and flowers in 1. So you got 3 things. You got grass, flowers, and the uplifted sidewalk. You have 3 quotes. Now some teachers, they'll say this. Oh, every time you give a quote, you have to explain it, right? 1 quote, explain. 1 quote, explain. So if you've got a quote, and then explain, then a quote, and then explain, then another quote, and explain, how many sentences is that?
6.
Okay, who likes doing it in 1 sentence? Who likes 6 sentences? Who likes 1 sentence? Who likes 1 sentence? So, I teach my AP students this. Everyone say quote quickly.
Quote
Quickly.
If you can put 2 quotes in the same sentence, let me say it one more time, hold on. If you can quote more than once, if you put 2 quotes in the same sentence, and you just make 1 sentence, you just save yourself sentences. Hugo, what do you think? Should you put 1 quote, and then 1 quote, and then explain it, and write 6 sentences, or do you want to learn how to just write 1 sentence? So cool, just use the word and. He walks on uplifted sidewalks and that were overgrown, well it doesn't say and, but that were overgrown with flowers and grass. 2 quotes. 1 explanation, the same sentence. So who likes 2 quotes in 1 sentence? Who likes 2 sentences or 3 sentences and all kinds of explanations? Okay, cool. So you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Be smart. Let's move on to the last 2 sentences. Likewise, Mr. Mead notices soft whisperings and flickering phantoms in the houses. Now we have 3 quotes. These eerie sights describe how the people are almost out of life. Hey Kevin, let's go. You got it, you can do it. So have you guys ever had a teacher teach you that? You can put multiple quotes in a sentence? Same sentence? Couple teachers? Okay. Have you guys ever had a teacher tell you that you can explain the same sentence?
No.
Okay, well now you know. So you can put your explanation in the same sentence. And so I like to know what other teachers teach so that I can say, okay, this is how you can be better. You can use their style, but sometimes you can be different. Sometimes you can put it all in 1 sentence. So here we are. We got our last detail with phantoms. If you want to take out some of these words, you can. Just make it shorter. I put the word eerie in blue so you can learn how to spell it. So that's one of those words that we probably misspell all the time. Okay, let's see if you guys are good with colors. In your autobiography, you were asked to use transition words. Did you see some of these transition words here? What color are they? Yellow. We have yellow, 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 and then the last one we put in red, just because it's our concluding transition. Daniel, you got that? So we're using transitions after each topic, after each sentence, after each detail. Change it up. Number 2, what color are the effects verbs? Orange. Sorry, it's supposed to be orange. I think in color, so orange. So the first effects verb is he suggests. The second one is showing. The third one is describes. The fourth one is hinting. Now you can change them. You can put your own in there, but these are all pretty good. So this is all we're doing today. So if you're using highlighters, we'll probably go back in a couple of days and highlight this stuff, so you don't have to do it today. All right, any questions? Any questions? No? Okay, that's it. Well, we're gonna work on paragraph 3 tomorrow as a warm-up, and 4 and 5. No homework tonight. If you're going to the rally. If you aren't going to the rally, your homework is to make sure you... No, I'm just kidding. There's no homework. You guys are all scared. Okay, take care. Okay, now after writing a few paragraphs, we're going to have a little fun with figurative language from the Pedestrian. And so in teams, we're going to have some competitions on these 20 different examples from the Pedestrian. See which group can get most of them right and give out some prizes. So if you're watching this on the video, you can test yourself. See the teacher for the answers. I'm not going to put them on the video, but good luck. And after that, students are going to finish writing paragraph number 3. Here's a sample. Oops, I forgot to indent. Let's make sure I move this over. All right, indent. Use this template to finish paragraph 3. This template after we indent to finish paragraph 4. And I think that's all we're going to write, because paragraph 4, we're going to use paragraph 4 as our conclusion. We normally can add a conclusion on here, but we're just going to finish it off by talking about the futuristic themes that we enjoyed. And yes, you're allowed to use the word I, we, us, and me. All right. Me is an object, by the way, so you would use it at the end of a sentence. Anyway, take care, and we'll talk to you soon.